Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Ventura Cigar Company studio. And today we have the whole crew together. We got Jiunn Liu, Seth Geis, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
We game bang once again.
That's right.
Got a case of Moon Days.
Game banging.
So today we are talking about the Jeremy Jack JJ14 Lancero. This is, well, Seth will define it a little bit later. This is a 7.5 inch by 42 ring gauge. Comes out of the Tabs factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano, buyer and fitter both from Nicaragua. Price point is $9, and the cigar was released in March of 2018. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your smoking experience like?
First of all, looking at the cigar wrapper, it was like a Colorado Claro, pretty light. So I'm surprised it was Ecuador Habano. But anyways, what do I know? I am not a master blender or master taster, just a master baker. Okay. Anyway, first third. The first couple of thirds, I had charred oak, white pepper. When I retrohaled, I got more white pepper. It was quite a bit, actually. Kind of cleared up my nostrils pretty good. Finish combination of like the light charred oak, white pepper, strength and body medium. The last third, so the first couple of thirds is kind of like average for me. Last third, thankfully, cigar got better. I got more. I started getting like coffee beans. I got a little nuttiness coming through, but there was still that white pepper and charred oak that was still there. And the strength also bumped up to medium full, and body stay medium. In terms of construction, it was absolutely perfect. So I have zero complaints there.
One thing I want to correct: it's Ecuadorian Connecticut, not Habano. My mistake.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, it is?
That explains the color.
No wonder. Yeah. I was like, this is Colorado Claro. There's no fucking way this Habano.
That really kills my conclusion, but cool.
That's okay. I'm sorry. My apologies. I don't know where I got Habano from, but
that explains so much.
All right, you're up, Seth.
Shit, man, don't publish my shit before it's up. Yeah, so the first third, mine, first of all, mine had like cracks all over it, but I'm not holding that against them. That may have just happened. I don't know. First third, some sweet pepper spice. There's some dry earth flavors, strong tobacco and leather. Just found it to be around medium full. Then when I got into the second third, it just was a little bit more peppery spice, still that dry earth, leather, woody. There's some sweet tobacco in there. I was getting a couple mineral notes. And then when I get in the final third, it's, as June said, that's where it really smoked its best. There was some sweet earth. I was getting some stone fruit qualities, pepper spice, little sweet tobacco, mineral. Really good finish. Medium full, I've thought, throughout the whole cigar. Incredibly, great construction, nice draw. So it smoked really well despite the cracks throughout the cigar, but I don't think that's not on the fault of Jeremy Jack or Tops. I just think that happened.
How about you, John?
Well, let me tell you, it kind of got a lot of, I don't know if I would call it pepper initially off the draws. I got baking spices, cocoa, kind of similar to the other JJ14 Vitolas. I did get the pepper in the post draw though, and it was pretty intense. Like I would say medium-ish. So, anywhere from medium minus to medium plus. It faded about halfway through the first third, which is okay, because that probably would have been a bit much for everybody. And then the baking spices kind of picked up, and there was like a nice underlying sweetness to it. In the second third, just kind of more of the same. The only real note was once the cigar settled in, there was like some mild earthiness on the post draw. Chocolate kind of fell off the map in the second third, so it was really just baking spices and sweetness. The last third I actually found to be quite average. The baking spices were pretty mild. Earthiness was quite mild, so there wasn't really a lot to the flavor profile for me in the last third. In terms of burn and construction, it was great. Burn was like pretty much razor straight the entire way, and literally the ash would get to 3/4 mark and then just kind of fall off. So it was kind of falling off on my laptop and kind of falling off on my review book. But excellent burn. And the draw was kind of just right, just a slight amount of resistance, which is kind of where I prefer it. So full marks. What about you, Aaron? What was your experience like?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with a full profile of wood and black pepper. While the kind of spiciness on my lips from that pre-light draw was still quite noticeable there. Half an inch in, black pepper reduces intensity slightly as a light cream joins the profile. About an inch in, the profile has a nice mixture of the wood, the black pepper, and the cream going on. Retrohale is kind of a similar profile, but the black pepper just a slightly fuller, bringing in a little bit of kick to it. A little kind of a slight honey sweetness is detectable about an inch and a half in. And then as the third's wrapping up, wood and pepper up front, cream very faint in the background. Some of that honey sweetness kind of remains there in that back end. I think strength is kind of right around the medium mark for me. Getting the second third, the wood gains a little bit of char. Black pepper fades quite a bit. Cream and honey sweetness not really detectable any longer. About an inch in, char is only very light, while some cream kind of returns to the profile. About an inch and a half in, retro carries a slightly charred wood note. Further in, hay note joins the profile, and as the second third is wrapping up, a little bit of a charred wood and hay up front. Black pepper and cream in the background. Strength kind of remains at that medium mark. And then in the final third, pepper and cream drop out. Slightly charred wood and hay remain. Profile becomes a little bit drying. About a half inch in, char picks up a little bit. Also brings a little bit of bitterness to the profile. And then a little further in, it's a little bit of cream comes back to the profile, knocks down some of that char and the dryness. And then strength is still at that medium level. In regards to construction, the burn was perfect, straight the whole way, ash held on 1 inch increments. And in regards to the draw, just slightly tighter I prefer, but not nothing that would be an issue with the smoking experience for me. So Jiunn, what were your overall thoughts on this one?
It was average. I didn't care too much for the overall flavor profile. I thought it just mainly showed too much, wood and spice. Charred oak, white pepper. Last third, showed more than that, which is why I said it was good in the rating, but the most of it was just average. So within the whole third, the whole 3/3. Of which only 1/3 was good, it's not enough to warrant a good cigar for smoking this for 2 hours.
Yeah. How about you, Seth? What was your overall thoughts?
Originally I thought this was a Ecuadorian Habano. And so I thought, wow, Aganorsa and Topsa finally figured out how to use Ecuadorian Habano, because I think everything else they've done with it sucks. Now that I realize that it's not Ecuadorian Habano, they still can't figure out how to use the damn wrapper. But they made a solid Ecuadorian Connecticut offering that had a lot more oomph than I'd expect from an Ecuadorian Connecticut. So overall, I mean, it was a good smoke. I'd want to smoke some more of them down the road, but I really enjoyed it.
How about you, John?
Yeah, I think if you look at this as an Ecuadorian Connecticut blend, you look at sort of what the trend in the marketplace has been for Ecuadorian Connecticut, this kind of falls smack dab between the, your grandfather's Connecticut and not your grandfather's Connecticut. So there's, there is a little bit of spice to start out the cigar, but fortunately it's not present for the entire smoking experience. So I rated it as good, but that being said, I've smoked the Corona Gorda, I've smoked the Robusto, and quite frankly, I thought the complexity of both of those was quite a bit up from the Lancero. So, even though I rated it a good, to me, it's disappointing in relation to the flavor complexity of the other offerings and the other Vitolas. And, we've talked about that lately, that there's been Lanceros out that, unfortunately aren't sort of reaching the pinnacle of where a Lancero should be. And I mean, not to knock them, because I feel like I'm a little bagging on a good cigar, but when you get 4 extra ring gauge, 4/64 of an extra ring gauge to work with, you kind of figure like you're going to be able to get that tobacco in there, but just didn't work out for me. Aaron?
Yeah, I have a bit of an opposite viewpoint from you, John. I thought the cigar had a nice mixture of wood, black pepper, and cream, showing off a little honey sweetness there. But I smoked the Corona Gorda as well, and I enjoyed this quite a bit more than the Corona Gorda. I thought it was kind of the shining star in the line out of those two from what I've smoked. But obviously you have a different experience. I think people that are fans of Lanceros, whether this is a classic Lancero or not, will enjoy it. And if you haven't smoked anything from Jeremy Jack and you smoke the cigar, I think it would be a good introduction. So there's nothing really bad about that. And the price point for the cigar, this Vitola, is fantastic. I mean, you get a long smoking time out of it. It's not going to be a traditional Lancero size, so you don't get the people that think that they're smoking a feminine cigar or they can't keep an ash on the cigar. So there's lots of good things about this cigar.
What is the price point on this?
$9. $9.
That's quite reasonable.
That's a good price point.
Yeah,
that's a really good price
point. So it's cool. All right, so getting the scores, we'll start at the top. Seth, 7.63. John, you were next at 6.82. Then I gave it a 6.67, and then Jiunn gave it a 6.10. So Seth, how do you think that matched up with your experience?
It's good. I mean, I think honestly, if I'm going to be honest, if I knew it was in Ecuador and Connecticut, my overall impression of it probably would have been different. But I thought it was a good stick. Really good Lancero. I enjoyed it. I haven't smoked any of the other Jeremy Jack stuff, so for the first thing, it was good experience.
All right, John, 6.82. How about you?
To me, this is the classic story of, for me, the flavor profile is low sixes, but for $9 you're getting a perfectly constructed cigar, and I do mean perfectly constructed cigar. So sometimes we say the construction might artificially raise the score, but I feel like it's not artificially raising the cigar, because that's kind of what you're paying for, is a well constructed cigar, and it delivers. So
yeah, I mean, I'd kind of echo your sentiments. I mean, we were pretty close in score, and it's the same thing. It's a good flavor profile with really good construction, so it kind of really puts it in that mid to the high sixes. So that's kind of matched up. How about you, Jiunn? 6.10.
Yeah, it's average tasting profile, really good constructed cigar.
Yep. All right. Any other final thoughts from you guys on this one?
Smoke the other Vitolas in the line.
All right.
If you're gonna make a Lancero, make a Lancero.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with both of the guys. I think if you're going over 40, man, like we've talked about this and we've talked about this, the naming council is going to shame you. It's not a Lancero, bro.
Yeah,
it's not. It's
40 is not a Lancero, but you get a pass because that's the modern cigar market. But
it's the American
40.
It's just like a super Corona. It's here's the thing: if you can't make it with a 38, it's because you can't make the blend right, or the wrapper isn't good enough for it. So just don't fucking do it. Just don't try and do it. Don't say it's a Lancero by making it something else. It's just don't try. And just say, okay, we can't do it.
And we're bagging, but I mean, Jeremy Jack has scored really well overall throughout the history of the show, and I think we all enjoy their cigars. So
yeah, this has nothing. This really has nothing to do with this cigar itself. It's just a gripe about.
Trend.
No, I've gone after Saka for this. I've gone after Villiger. I've gone after everybody for this.
Yeah,
I'll continue people after it.
Yep, exactly.
Blame Canada.
Why is it Canada's fault?
Just thought about South Park.
Metric system. All right, if you just catch this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. But also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review caps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Jeremy Jack.